Breaking news coming in, and this is in regard to the security deployment outside the Indian Assistant High Commission in Chittagong. This is the breaking news that is coming about after the violence that has erupted overnight in Bangladesh after the death of the student leader. Here we have action that is being taken because stones were being pelted right close to the Indian High Commission. So this is, of course, the action that has been taken after India has warned its citizens in Bangladesh. So an advisory has been put out by the Indian authorities, asking people, the citizens and those studying in Bangladesh. And here, this is the visual that is coming about of the action that has been taken with the army that has been deployed on the streets of Dhaka and in various parts of Bangladesh, while it is the interim government chief, Mohammad Yunus, who is appealing for calm, appealing for stability at this particular point in time. But this, of course, with the protests that one has seen, with the media being targeted as well and vandalism being reported from various parts, including a publication that has been gutted, the office of a publication that has been gutted. Now there are precautionary measures that are being taken by the Indian side. This is right outside the Indian Assistant High Commission. So there are massive protests that have been reported with the student leader's death that has renewed violence that has been reported outside the Indian Assistant High Commission in Chittagong, where protesters gathered in large numbers and also raised anti-India slogans. The demand is that the High Commission needs to remain shut. That is one of the demands as far as the protesters who have taken to the streets of Bangladesh. Now, to get more on this, we have Mohammed joining us in order to take us through the details. We're seeing visuals of the kind of high security that has been beefed up right outside the Indian High Commission. Take us through the demands of these protesters. They're asking for the complete closure of the High Commission.
Thank you very much for having me. Now I'm standing at Shahbag intersection, just on a overbridge, and just look, the road is fully blocked, and the protesters since last night actually have been blocking this area. This is very much important area. There are so many hospitals here. Actually, the protesters are demanding immediate returning back of the killer of Sharif Osman Hadi. He was a very popular young leader who led a great part of the mass uprising last years, to which Sheikh Hasina was dethroned. So now they are actually accusing India for harboring the killers of Sharif Osman Hadi, and they are also accusing India of sheltering not only the killer of Hadi but also other human rights violators, especially the high officials or high ups of the ousted Albany government. So now they are demanding that if India doesn't friendly act, the means friendly act, that returning back those who are accused of conducting human rights violations here and killing operations here last year. So until that, they hold that they would continue this protest, and they are also demanding shut all diplomatic activities of India here in Bangladesh if the criminals are not returned. So seemingly the anti-Indian sentiment is rising here, especially after the killing of Sharif Osman Hadi. The situation has been escalating.
Well, thousands of protesters, as we can see, took to the streets from yesterday after the, student leader died, the student leader who was shot outside the mosque. A week back, he was taking treatment. He was still flown to Singapore, and that is when he's come to his injury where he was shot in the ear. Take us through the details of why was he targeted?
Actually, Sharif Osman Hadi, he was also very vocal or very strong against India, and he told all the time that Bangladesh as an independent country should not be subservient to India. According to his word, Sheikh Hasina was very loyal, and Sheikh Hasina was a loyal puppet of India. So Sharif Osman Hadi was actually trying to make anti-Indian sentiment here among the young protesters or young students. So now those who supported Hadi, they are now gathered here, and even now the presence is a little bit less. But since last night, there were huge students here, and they had started coming here. And you see that the road is fully blocked, and the law enforcement are also surrounding them. So the seemingly situation is very volatile, and the protesters are demanding the interim government head, Muhammad Yunus, to immediately contact India so that the killers of Osman Hadi can be brought back and ensure punishment. Especially they are demanding capital punishment against the shooter of Sharif Osman Hadi, and he has already reportedly been identified as the armed cadre of Bangladesh Chhatra League, the student wing of dethroned Awami League led by Sheikh Hasina.
Has calm returned? Because as we can see outside the Indian High Commission, the security that has been increased from what we saw yesterday. Is there calm this morning?
We came to know that the protesters have threatened to march to the Indian High Commission, even in Dhaka. You know that on December 17, there were huge rush and gathering who were marching to Indian High Commission. But on the way, police intercepted them. So they are also threatening, and even they are saying that, or they're warning that if they don't see any visible initiative from Bangladesh government and Indian side to return back the killer of Sharif Osman Hadi, they would rush to the Indian High Commission, and at any cost they would stop the activities of Indian High Commission here, or mean that they don't want to see any diplomatic relation between India and Pakistan if the killer of Sharif Osman Hadi is not returned back immediately and ensure capital punishment.